that over there. Right. So anyway, I mean, on the whole, everybody's going to be muted, so it won't be a problem downstream. Right. So do we think? Hello, Daisy.
Hi.
I think we're quorate anyway, aren't we? We could go on to playing some warm-up tunes, couldn't we? Right. So I'm going to turn original sound on. You are being recorded. I'm going to participants. Where are we? Mute all. You can unmute yourself, particularly if I do something daft, and tell me. Put that down there somewhere. Right, so if I share screen, what do we want? Just initially that, I think. So the introductory thing was John's celestial set, made up of the zodiac, the moon and 7 stars, and Jump at the Sun. I just reset it to fit a broad screen better, but hang on, I'm just trying to sort out my screen here. Oh, that's better. No. Right. So have I done everything? I'm original sound. I've muted everyone else, and we could. Let's actually look at a few people here. Right. I'm going to move participants over there. John's zodiac was in 3/8, just for consistency with the other tunes that follow. To make it more of a set, I've removed every other bar line and made it 6/8. Hopefully this won't disturb the flow of the tune too much. It is interesting how different the rhythms are for these three things, considering they're all sort of 6/8 jigs. What I suggest we do, of course I can't hear you at all, so I don't know. I won't know whether you're making an utter mess of things or not. Please do tell me if you would like to go through something slower, or indeed play it faster if you think I'm going too slowly. What I suggest we do initially is play through the zodiac. But ignore the other two tunes. Just play the zodiac twice. It's got 4 parts, so you get a lot of tune for your money anyway. Right, so you're just going to get a last 2 bars of an A part as an intro, and then we're going to play the whole thing twice. Only once, not twice, but I think something popped up on my screen. I was just trying to see whether it was somebody was trying to chat something. No, they weren't. Oh well. I thought somebody was trying to say something of great import, but they weren't. So we'll do that same thing just once more then. Okay, and please wave at me if it's going astray. Right, so then the moon and seven stars, we'll try and play that again twice through without any other things getting in the way. So here's a last two bars again. We're in move to key of D here. When we come to do this in playing all three of them, it goes G, D, G, which is a bit odd. Oops, no, not like that. And jump at the sun, which we're doing, yes. Why is that? Yes, this is the one with A sharps in it. That English people, probably English concertina players, probably don't have A sharps, so you need B flats instead. Is what you're looking for there. We're in. Right, okay, so here's the last two bars of an A part. Oh no, let's do that again. Right. Stop sharing and see who we've got. Martin's appeared. A few other people. So was that? Let me just. I'm just going. Oops. Just going to unmute everybody, so I may get a cacophony there. Did that work all right? You were able to keep up and things, right? So now we'll do it at much the same speed because you find that the Moon and Seven Stars is easier, and then it gets harder again when you get to the end. But do just once straight through the whole page, so you get the transitions between the tunes. So anyway, right, mute all, share things. Oops, nothing saying. Oh, I've got something stuck in the middle of my screen. All right, it's gone away. Yeah, but yes, my transition into Jump at the Sun wasn't very good there. I don't know.
Yeah, they're fairly unnatural bedfellows, aren't they? Apart
They
from the
are.
titles, yes.
Yes, I don't know whether we could. In some ways, it would be better to put switch them over so that you finish with Seven Stars, which is sort of naturally faster, and you could let
Yes,
yourself.
that might work better, mightn't it? Anyway.
Yes.
That Zodiac's quite a nice tune, isn't it?
It is, yes. It's one of Rory's ones from Lincolnshire, I think.
That's nice.
You've got, I feel there's bits in it of other tunes there.
Yeah, often the case.
Something sort of Dirty Old Man or whatever. Yes. Yeah. Anyway, I just wonder whether I can manage that transition any better. Yeah, it's just odd, isn't it? Right, should we do it once more? Seven stars really should go a bit faster, but if we try and do the whole thing faster, I'm not sure it will work. So, I mean, seven stars should sort of go. But if we were doing that, then we'd be doing. It's a bit hard, I think. Right, we'll go somewhere in between those, I think. The last two bars of a zodiac. What do I do? No, the last two bars of the A part of a zodiac. I'm sort of impressed with myself for having got through that without too many mistakes. Let me unmute people. So was everybody keeping up there, or was that last time too fast or too slow, or what?
Bit too fast for me.
Too fast for me.
Too fast. Yes, I thought it was probably getting there. But were you managing to keep up at the next speed back that we were doing, the earlier speeds?
I'm in trouble with the last one, but otherwise.
Yeah, I think Jump at the Sun is the limiting factor.
Yes.
I probably shouldn't be in there in the first place, but we will do something different when we reassemble in September or whenever.
Right. Okay. Yes. It's certainly a strange transition. It's a nice tune, but it's a strange transition into it, and just getting fingers onto B flats and such as. It takes sufficient brain power that you then don't notice what's happening next. Right. Shall we leave those there, or do you want to have another go at Jump of the Sun, a bit slower, or move on? Nobody wants to comment.
Move on.
The default is move on, isn't it? Right. Okay. Because the next tune's not totally easy. So we want that and that, possibly. Come on, get off. Thank you. Right. So I now need to mute people's. So the next tune was Gypsy's Lullaby by Billy Pigg, one of the Northumberland lot. We've got a two-part setting of it, and it's laid out slightly oddly because John's synthesized recording of it starts with the last 2 and a bit bars, so I've put that at the top as the lead in. So we don't. That's actually the ending that we've got there. Where am I? Yeah. Which is probably the hardest bit of the whole tune, actually, to get right. And then the tune itself goes. So let's all play through the black notes initially. Though I suppose I can't hear you at all. You could perfectly well, but if you feel you know the black notes and want to try the red ones, then do. But I'm going to play through the black notes initially, which is the main tune. So there's no internal repeats. The repeat marks at beginning and an end are to indicate do the intro once and then play the whole tune twice. Which is what John's synthesized recording does, which we might try playing against in a minute. So here's the intro followed by how fast do we want? With that sort of speed, no faster certainly initially. No, that's wrong. You think I would know that by now? I'll do it again. So, not an easy tune, but of course you've had at least 6 weeks to practice it in since John sent out the tune and the recording, so you're all playing it perfectly, I'm sure.
Paul, we did play it last time, but I can't remember how confident we got at it. I think it's being played again for a reason.
Right, okay, right. So I'd forgotten that we did it before. That's the top line. If at the same pace, or possibly even slower, we do the second. Everybody can. I'll play the red notes. The trouble is, there's more of them. Is the thing when you come to it. I'll do the same intro and then through the red notes. God, it's hard. It's not a tune is the trouble, it's an accompaniment, so it's it doesn't go at all in some places at all where you'd expect. Let's do that once again at the same sort of speed. Rubbish. Starting again with the last two notes on that line. Once more of the reds. You can always try putting the blacks against it if you want. Yes, there was at least one C natural crept in there. Point. It's odd. Right. Now we have some technology. If I can find the right thing. Did I share it? Yes, I did. If I do, I'm just going to play a bit, and then I'll ask people whether it's okay. Right. So, question: if I unmute everybody, was that volume all right? Could you hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I'll mute everybody again. So I think it's. John set it up. So I think it does the intro and then does the whole tune twice. So this is your opportunity to play along with either line along with it, and I'll shut up. Mute everybody. Back to there. Coming up now. Stop that there. Right, I'll unmute everybody and just stop sharing a minute. So did that work? Could you choose a part and play along with it? Yes, Angela's got a thumbs up. Was it too slow, too fast? Actually, I can't do it any slower. I've got one that's 10% faster if you'd like.
Speed about right.
I think for a lullaby that's probably about right. Yes.
Yeah, you don't want it waking up, do you?
Right, so let's do that once more, shall we? Yeah. I'll work out how to do this again. I've forgotten. Share screen, share sound. Mute everybody. Right, so back to the beginning. Go on, off you go. Right, I'm just going to go. Oh, all right, start now. Good. Right, how's time? So stop sharing. So is that are the gypsies firmly asleep now? Is that sufficient lullaby? Shall we move on to the other parts tune, or is there any part of that section of that you'd like to have another go at? No. Right, moving on. It's all a bit one-sided, the communication on this.
Sorry about that. We're just agreeing with you, Paul.
Yeah, all right, good. Road to the North is the next one. He says, share screen. Right, because I need to. I'll just we'll do the thing without it, and I'll stop, and I've got to go and find the sound file for it. But anyway, for the moment, we'll just have the road to the north. Ooh, not so good. Right, so there's an A part that doesn't repeat and a B part that does repeat. I'm going to play the black notes first, and then hopefully afterwards stop and play the red notes. And then we've got the similar sort of automated recording for this one. We do have some real recording for something further on. Anyway, so right, okay, so you're going to get a last 2 bars and 2 notes. I'll do it again. So that's that one. I can't see anyone else. Hold on a minute. Just try and get to see a few people's faces to whether they're smiling or grimacing. Right. So here's the red notes then, with So, similar introduction, but playing the red notes. The last 2 bars and 2 notes. So let's stop and start that one again. Yes, the transition into the B part didn't do quite what I expected. I don't think I can read that many ledger lines straight off. I'm actually going to play the whole of the last line of the A part because I don't feel I did it well. It's down in the dusty bottoms of the instrument, and going on to the B part, but playing the red notes. Yeah. Right. Yeah, rubbish. That's going 1, 2, 3. Again, the accompaniment harder than the tune because there's less tune to it. You've got to be accurate on the things, and in particular, I think where it goes down low. That's an A, and on the next line, you B, D, A. That's the bottom G. So I'm going to play the red notes through once more. Feel free to play black notes against them if you want, or practice the red, and then we'll try the live recording of it again, the synthesized recording. Yeah, ba-da-ba-da. Now, let's do it again. I'm messing it up. Same intro. Hopefully not too many times. What? From the beginning now. Yes, it doesn't make a lot of sense by itself. So let's just go and find find my music bit if I can.
Paul, I've been getting you cutting out for a few seconds, pretty much throughout. Is it? I don't know whether it's just me. It might be with the connection this end.
Is it working?
It's not
for other
really a
people?
problem. It's a test of whether I can play in time in the meantime.
Sounded all right from where I am.
It's all right. It's something this end, and it's my Wi-Fi playing up.
Yeah, I mean, I do have a relatively new fibre optic to the premises thing that's 10 times the speed of the previous one, so there shouldn't be a problem at my end. And I'm on wired gigabit Ethernet direct to that, so there should be plenty of bandwidth at this end, certainly. Right, so what was... No, that's not the right one. It's... Yeah, so we had fun before, didn't we, when Tracy was trying to lead a tune from her boat with the Zoom holds up in order to buffer the thing and then gives you it faster and then slows down to proper and then speeds it up again. It's quite fun playing along with. What am I doing? Right, that one. Road to the North. I've only got this at one speed, so there's no option for this one. Pause that for present. Right, so I want share screen, that and that. Let's go back to there. Right, so again, I'll just let the first bit go so you see what happens to it. I think it plays the tune twice. It's a bit faster. It's a bit faster than I was playing it, so that will be an interesting challenge. And there's no intro really. It just goes straight in. So I'll press the button count 1, 2, 3, and it might start. 1, 2, 3. Sharing a moment. So were people able to keep up at that? So Philip's pulling faces. You can blame John for not providing a slower version, but
I was going to ask John, is that second part something you added, or is that Alistair's original, that second?
I think it's Alistair's original. At least it wasn't credited to anybody else. But it's not mine. No.
Oh, okay.
Bit of a stinker on the iPhone.
Well,
so
it's a
that's
sticker
again
on duet as well, obviously. Yeah.
right. Yes,
Trying to play both of those together is fairly impossible, actually.
it's a lot of finger movements if you try to do both those.
Well, it's all on one side as well, really.
Oh right.
It must be on Anglo largely.
Well, he plays English, doesn't he? So
Yes, so he can do what he likes. Yeah.
yeah, but he only probably plays one of them and gets.
He only
somebody else
plays
to
one of
play
the two parts. That's the cop out, isn't it?
It is, yeah, that's right. But that's I think of the English as being a violin substitute. It's basically
Yes.
one note at a time with
Yes.
the ability to play another one occasionally. and if you want harmonies, you grab another person and get them to play the harmony.
Do you know whether he wrote this for the concertina or for the pipes?
I don't actually. I don't.
I
Well,
think,
it's
I
from.
think I've heard
wait
him
a minute.
play it mainly on concertina.
Concertina.
Isn't it from his Steel Skies
Yes, it is.
thing, which wasn't that string quartet or something daft? I mean, a
I
pipes
don't
and
think that
quartet.
particular one was. I don't know, but
Yeah.
I think he plays it mainly on concertina.
He
as
does
well.
play mainly on English concertina.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, do you want to have one more go at that, and then we'll move on to something simpler? Well, I wouldn't then on to round the room and let people play something to us. Right, one more go through that. Right, and then I'll mute my microphone and try playing B part myself. Right, so back to the beginning. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Oh. Yes, it is playable at that speed. Well, I mean, I was playing the red notes and it sort of worked. So it would be good to try it in a real session with we could actually hear what it sounds like with us all playing. Okay, the next thing on the timetable was round the room, which we always keep in there in the hope that somebody's going to, you know, play for us something they've been trying out over the last few weeks. And we got anything to offer? Kate's looking.
I could have a crack at Maleda Overend, which I played at Houston,
Ah,
on the duet, which is a fairly new departure for me.
right, good.
I haven't got the music for it though. I haven't got any job for it.
Right, what was it called again?
The Laird of Overend. The first QL I went to, Paul Barrett produced it. He was doing it in the band, and I thought, oh, that's a nice tune.
Oh, right.
I found it again recently.
Yeah. Right. So before you go any further, let me turn off my original sound just in case. Can you turn on original sound? Have you got a thing up the top left of your screen?
Yeah, it's on now. Yeah, it was saying disabled, so I was a bit confused for a second.
Yes, it says now. It says things like original sound is on. Suppression is disabled. Yes, which is the. Right, let me mute everybody. Right, mute everybody. Right, and then I'm going to unmute you. So you should now be able to mute myself, and so you have control.
Okay. That's a good start. That's it.
done.
Thank you.
Kate, have you got the dots for that at all? What's in paper for?
I've got them somewhere, yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking you could work out a little accompaniment for it.
Oh, yeah.
You could do on the duet.
Yeah.
Just a simple one on the left hand.
I think the version I pinched from Paul Barrett has already got a harmony on it. But,
Okay.
I haven't tried to play that, but I haven't tried to play both of them.
No, right.
I did.
Nice tune.
I did discuss a while ago with Paul Barrett whether in the long term whether he wanted his tunes playing. I mean, at the moment he gets income from selling copies of his settings, so clearly people like me shouldn't be ripping them off and passing them around for free. But equally, in the long run, once he's retired as a professional musician, he probably wants the settings to be used, in which case having them on websites like mine might actually be quite useful. So I have broached this with him and he's thinking about it.
Okay.
All right. So if Paul was to think up another, it could be sort of not free for all, but
Yeah, Paul McCann is slightly more generous with his music than
yes.
Much more generous. I'm absolutely overjoyed if anyone plays it at all.
yes. Well, that's we've got Meadow in May for later on, but seeing as it's May,
Seeing as it is.
yes. Paul Barrett, is some of his income comes from selling those
Yeah,
arrangements.
that's fair dues, though.
It is fair dues.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway, thank you very much. It's good to have somebody standing, and it doesn't matter at all if you make a mess of the starts of things and have to go back. This is a good non-hostile environment to try and work through the adrenaline.
Yeah, and there's a saying, isn't there? The man who never made a mistake never did anything.
Never did anything.
Yeah.
And it is amazing how you can play perfectly well by yourself when you're in front of a group of people, even if they're friendly people.
Yeah.
Adrenaline does strange things to your sense of timing and everything.
Oh, where's that button? It's not where I thought it was.
Right. Any more offers for anybody inspired by that would like to play something they've been working on? If not, we'll move on to going round.
Let's move on.
I've got to go, I'm afraid, so I'll leave you to it. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Nice to see you, Philip.
Oh, Philip. Oh, cheers, Philip.
Yep, fine, thanks.
Yeah, cheers.
Right.
It was gone.
And there were 8. So, yes. So, Kate, can you turn back off your original sound? I'll turn mine on. I will mute everybody. I will share. So there's no music involved. No, sorry, no playing involved. Right. So we then want the session tune book. I'll have to pop that out of the way. So the aim for this bit is not to spend too long on any one tune, and a lot of them are ones you might well know anyway, but just to play each tune through a couple of times, 2 or 3 times. Very good practice tune on English for alternating fingers on the buttons, certainly. Right, so we're in G. What am I doing? So you get 1 to the last 4 bars. And a bit faster. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, I've just realised I'm actually playing the second bar of the last line wrong. Yes, I was doing it like the second line, and well, they're just different, aren't they? The pattern in that second bar is different.
A little bit, yes.
A little bit. Or yeah. Anyway, I just realised I was playing them all the same, and I shouldn't have been. Right. That was Blaydon Racers. We move on to Brighton Camp. Must be down here somewhere. Oh grief, lots of them. Yes, lots of things begin BO. Oh grief. Right. Getting there. Nearly there. There. In G. In sessions this can go very fast, but we'll start it rather slower, I think. So you're going to a last 4 bars and 2 notes, so half of the last line. And a bit faster. We could play it faster, but I don't think we will. We'll move on. Unless anybody particular, feel free to shout and say, "Can we do that faster?" or things if you want. The Leaving of Liverpool. This is not particularly fast. It's a song, a slow air, probably, when we played musically. Last 4 bars and a couple of notes, as we seem to have got stuck on. Oops. Is that reasonable speed? Yeah, it is. Yes, it was a nice tune, isn't it? So I think we should do it once more, about 10% faster, 20%, I don't know, but with feeling, I don't know. The Leaving of Liverpool. Yes, it's good exercise on counting tied notes, isn't it? That there's quite a lot of. Raglan Road. Raglan Road, I've actually got a 2-part setting of, but well, that would. I ought to have the foresight to. Raglan Road.
Oops, sorry.
Somebody is unmuted. You're allowed. It'd be quite nice to hear somebody else occasionally. We ought to get Paul. Quite seriously, would you would you be interested in playing this to us?
Yeah,
because you probably can make it sound rather better with a bit of accompaniment than just having me.
I'll do my very best, Paul. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So hold on a minute. Let me just stop sharing a second.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm going to turn my original sound off. You turn
Mine's on. Yeah.
on. I will mute in a minute. I will mute everybody. I've just lost my participants list. I'll mute everybody, and then I'll unmute Paul. And I'll mute myself. So you have control, but I need to share the screen.
Yeah, if you can do that, and then at least I'll try and play the written version. Okay, here we go. There we go. Do you hear that okay? Was that all right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yes, a very
yes,
nice poem.
it was fine,
Yeah.
and it was very nice. You did
Yeah.
feel Zoom was interfering with it a bit, or your
Yes,
microphone.
probably.
Well, are you using a laptop microphone, or?
Oh yes, yes. That's all I ever use. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, there's no high professional microphone thing, so something was intervening slightly, but it was good. It was and it's very nice to have somebody else playing other than me.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Thank you.
Right. Where are we? The road to Dundee.
Oh, that's a fast tune.
Somewhere down here. Lots of REs, aren't there? Why don't I just use the road to Lisduvana, road to the Isles? Oh, have I missed it? Road to Dundee, right.
Paul, I don't think you've put your original sound back on, have you?
So very true, yes. Okay, and that wasn't a real play anyway. Yes, you're very right. Original sound for musicians on, so you can now judge the difference. That was me trying to remember how the tune went. Right, so we have original sound on. We are still recording, I think. Right, so right, a last 4 bars and a note. Yes, I was making a mess at the beginning of the third line because I was trying to be clever and not use the obvious finger. Because on an English we would be using the same finger for the two notes in the last bar of the second line. No, I mean from the last note of the second line up to the first note of the third line. All three notes would be on the same finger, so you'd be hopping it backwards and forwards. So I was trying to be clever and bring another one underneath, and it sort of worked the first time, but failed miserably the second. Yes, you're getting fingers in knots. I'm just trying something. If you're interested. Yes, there isn't a good answer there, I think. So we'll try it once more, or even twice more, possibly. Last 4 bars. Again. Finally reached the end of the road to Dundee. Right, and the last one on this list is Swansea Town. Lots of tunes beaming S, which this will be almost the last. Swansea Town. What am I doing? Right.
Yes, fella.
Etc. Right, so I'll do, won't it? Go on, you can have the last 4 bars and a couple of notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh dear. Oh. Sorry, I have snows. I tried to restrain it, but it failed miserably. I'll try again in a minute. Right. Right, the last 2 bars and 2 notes. So if I stop sharing so I can actually see people, I could unmute people and ask them. So were you keeping up at that speed? Was that plausible? I mean, it's a tune
about,
now, isn't it?
Oh,
So, right, so where are we up to? 3:30. We've had 3/4 of our time. We have left British Grenadiers and as reserve tunes Meadow in May and Doth Lock It Light, which Doth Lock It Light there's a bit of problems about. I don't know whether anybody else noticed, but the sound file that John provided didn't match the music file. It was a totally different arrangement.
I seem to have 3 different arrangements to it. So
I can well imagine there's probably more than that in existence. Yes.
oh yeah.
Anyway, so we could match up a pair of them, but I think by the time we've done British Grenadiers and Meadow in May, we'll be done. So we'll postpone Doth Lock It Light till later. Right, so British Grenadiers. So what do we need? So let me just mute people for the moment. Let me just go and find, see what I want. Just ignore me for a moment while I just find the right thing again. It must be in that. Yeah, right. So what have we got? Oh, we've got that. So I'm still finding things at the moment. We've got that. Right, okay. Right, and we've got British Grenadiers at 120 and at 160. So that's the slow version. Right, so let's share a few things. So we want that and that. Now, oh, what happened then? Oh, odd. So this is the British Grenadiers, as John said, which came from me, I think, probably originally. Jenny Brind is one of the Green Shoots lot, daughter of the good pair who improved the chords and things in my tune book. So that's as it came from her. I've because of difficulty of reading that size of the whole page on the screen, and given that the very bottom line is basically the chords, perhaps with a bit of rhythm, but it's basically the chords that are written over the top. I've just reset it like that, just to make it more readable for people who are reading off the screens. So without the last line, but just with the chord names over the top and 2 colours. So we'll do the same thing as I usually do. We'll go through the black notes and then the red notes and then the 2 together. I'm just going to have a drink. Right. Again, a well-known tune. But we'll start it slowly initially. That's the red notes when we come to it. Right, so here's an intro of a last 2 and a bit bars. get round to going that bit faster later. I've just had a round of applause from another room behind me. The red notes therefore go. And again. Right, so if I then find this thing, which hopefully is shared, let's put it up a bit, just shuffling things on my screen.
Duet players, if you've got a reasonable range there, it's all doable on the right hand pretty much. Having some fun there with it. Playing
Indeed.
both parts at once, because they're basically thirds apart most of
They
them.
are, yes. Jenny's
Quite
settings are
easy,
pretty.
actually. It's quite a good exercise for duet players, that is.
Yeah, well, it would probably be quite good exercise for English players to actually play thirds apart, without too much hassle. But yes, Jenny is capable of doing more complex ones. But these were teaching exercises effectively. She's doing some music teaching, and these were. So they're very simple, and the pattern, the accompaniment pattern, the rhythm pattern's exactly the same as the tune, which is perhaps unusual. Right, okay, here it comes. I've no idea what happens at the start or really how fast it is, but you'll just have to pick it up and play with it. Is that okay? Let's do it once more at that speed, and then I've got a faster version. So once more like that. 1, 2, 3. Oh, stop it. Where am I going? Let's get rid of that. Stop sharing. Go and find the faster version. Add signature. What's that doing in here? Don't want to add a signature to anything. Right, so I want right, okay, I'll need to share it a minute. I'm just wondering how to get rid of I don't know whether other people can see it, but there's a block in the middle of my screen saying add signature and add initials. No, it's not being shared out to you.
Not seeing it.
No, right, okay. Right, so
The tune you played was a lot quieter. Maybe one of my
no, I haven't shared it yet.
All right.
It'll be all right when I share it. Right. Good, it's disappeared anyway. Right, we're now screen sharing. Right, so that's there. That's there. Let's just do that. Put that over that side. We could actually. Well, that helps or hinders. Hinders probably. So I'm just going to shrink it back down again. It didn't really help. I need, when I'm doing this, I need the screen real estate. I ought to have a second screen really for the music program. Right, so just the faster version. 1, 2, 3. Oh, no, not like that. 1, 2, 3. I think it would be worth doing that once more at that speed, and then we'll move on to something else. 1, 2, 3. Stop it. Right. So that work all right? You were playing along merrily with that? Yes. John's got his thumb up. Yes. Right. So I think we've reached 3:45, so we've got time to do a bit of Meadow in May. I think I feel slightly cheery about doing this with Paul in the session, but and we can do it. We'll do it my way to start with. And we've actually got a recording to play along with of Chiltinas playing it a couple of years ago, which will be good to play along with some real concertinas. But we could always finish off by Paul giving us a rendering of it himself on Melodian or whatever. But right, so hold on. It'll take me a moment to find the bits of things, whatever I want. Right, so I can do that. Right, we have the synthesized version there, which may well.
Gosh.
Right, that's the synthesizer.
Not,
We'll only
not
do
an
the
AstroTurf meadow, surely.
Sorry?
Not an AstroTurf meadow, surely.
Yes, definitely an AstroTurf meadow. We'll only
Heaven
play that
forfend.
once, but it's good for getting the strict timings, and then we'll move on to the more real one afterwards. Right, so I now need to find the music and that. Sorry. Share screen, music, and that, and share, and we don't want that one at all. Oh, go away. Right. So I don't know whether I can. I don't think I can make it any bigger than that. Really, it would go off the bottom if I did. No, I can't really. I think you just have to have paper copies if you can't read it that size. Right, so Paul playing it by himself probably plays it rather faster than this, but I think it's quite nice as a slower thing, particularly when multiple people are playing it together. So let's just do that, and then so the tune. It's good counting practice, doing those counting to sixes in this thing.
What is that B minor at the beginning there? Goodness me.
Yes, well, I don't know where these chords came from. Wasn't
Heck,
me.
no. Please ignore the chords if you're trying to play chords.
Yes, and that's an interesting one actually. That I don't know whether those are the chords that are in the main tune book or whether they've got left here. But anyway, right. Yes, well, they're based on the things from anyway. Never mind. So here's I'm usually going to play through the black notes initially, and then I'll play through the red notes, and then we'll try doing whatever we want against things. So the black notes are Paul's original tune, the green notes are Paul's accompaniment, and the red notes in the middle are John Mackenzie's harmony part to make it a three-part thing. Anyway. So here's the last 4 bars and then in from the beginning. So that's the black notes. The red notes sort of go. I may or may not repeat this. I may go straight through. And I don't know, I'm going to play the... the blue notes are long enough that you can sight read them. Right, so let's have one go through the synthesized one, and then we'll have a go through the one where Chiltinas is playing it. Right, synthesized music. Are you ready for the synthesized AstroTurf? 1, 2, 3. Yes, I think it's only two parts being played there, aren't there? There's the top line and the red notes. I don't think the bottom line bass was being played at all at that one.
No, probably not. It's nice for that middle line, actually. It gives it a different character. I always
It does.
find different arrangements always give the tune a different character.
Yeah, yes, it
nice.
changed it into a sort of more dreamy thing somehow. I
More
don't know.
contemplative somehow.
Yes. Yes, lying on
That's
your
nice.
back in the meadows, staring at the sky and thinking.
That's it, exactly.
Right, let's get rid of that. And now you can have some real concertina playing, which is not necessarily better, but is at least different. Where are we? Where are we going? Chiltinas 1706. So this is from 2017. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. So it's it's a little bit faster, but not a lot. It has me counting in, so we can just play it. And so take yourself, this has got all three parts, take yourself a line and play along with it. The speed to start with goes slightly erratic, but it settles down after a little while. Right, I need to stop sharing and I need to reshare that because otherwise I won't get the music thing right. So I need that and that. Right, so let's get rid of those. Oh, bother. What's I'm doing there? Yes. Right, so I'm just going to start it because you get a count in on the recording. I've no idea how many times it's played. twice, I think, probably. Might be 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. So let's do that, and I think we should, at this point, we should unmute. We should give a round of applause to Paul for having put that together, and for John for the compliment.
That was nice,
It's
actually. It's nice to listen
team.
to.
You ought to get together as a team on some other tunes. Right. So it's your time's up, basically.
Perfect.
2 minutes to the hour, and hopefully that worked. This is all being recorded, so and I'll put it up on the website. The button on the Green Shoots virtual Green Shoots website, I could point people at if they want, but it's not at all compulsory. I'm just
or we could pay you in free cream teas.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, okay. Shall we finish there?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye.
Okay. Thanks,
Thanks,
Paul.
man. Bye, everyone.
Cheers. Bye, everybody.
Bye bye.
Bye, thank you.
All right.